God says, you need to know these 5 things before I can bless you. Open immediately. My beloved child, freeze your hand and do not scroll past this divine interception, for God has urgently paused your timeline to hand you the access code to a warehouse of blessings that has been locked until this very second. You are seeing this because your prayers have not gone unheard, they have been queued. The angels are screaming that the delivery truck has arrived at your door, but you are missing the 5 specific keys needed to sign for the package. If you skip this video, you risk sending the blessing back to the sender simply because you didn't know the protocol to receive it. You have been wondering why things are taking so long, why the breakthrough is always almost there but never quite in your hand. God is revealing that He cannot release the weight of this glory until you understand these 5 things, for without them, the blessing would crush you instead of crown you. The first thing you must know before God can bless you is that, your delay was not a denial, it was a quarantine. The shock comes from the realization that the stagnation you felt for the last few years was actually a spiritual safety box. God is revealing that if He had given you this money or this relationship 2 years ago, the vultures in your circle would have devoured it, or your own character would have collapsed under the pressure. You must stop resenting the wait. God is saying that the delay was the only way to clear the path of the enemies who were waiting in ambush. By keeping you still, He starved your enemies of your energy. You are not behind schedule, you are exactly on time for a safe landing. Something huge is waiting for you in the revelation of the second truth, a shocking secret about the people you have been trying to please. God wants you to know that there is a specific person you are currently worried about losing, but your blessing depends on them leaving. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals exactly why this person is the cork in your bottle of abundance and the specific 3 words you must say to release them. Hold on, for the cork is about to pop. My chosen vessel, stand firm and dry your tears immediately, for we are unlocking the second truth that serves as the gatekeeper to your abundance. And to scroll away now is to chain yourself to a sinking ship just as the rescue boat arrives. You are here because the second thing you must know is that, your loss was not an accident, it was an eviction. The angels are revealing that the specific person you are terrified of losing, the one you have been overthinking about all week, is not a soulmate, they are an anchor. God is screaming that He is trying to elevate you to a new altitude of success, but this person's energy is too heavy for where you are going. If you skip this video, you will fight to keep them, unknowingly fighting against your own promotion. But if you stay, you will understand the math of heaven. Subtraction often comes before multiplication. God is revealing that this person is the cork mentioned in the last part. They are blocking the flow not because they are evil, but because their role in your life has expired. The reason this separation is the prerequisite for the blessing is that God cannot fill a cup that is already full of sour wine. You have been praying for more, but you are holding on to less with a death grip. To physically authorize the universe to remove this dead weight and to signal that you value your destiny more than your history, I ask you to subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend who is also struggling to let go. By doing this, you are signing the eviction notice in the spiritual realm. The angels are watching. This simple click is your declaration that you are making room for the new. Leave a comment below saying, "I make room," to stamp this decree with your own voice. Do not hesitate, for the moment you subscribe, the heavy feeling in your chest begins to loosen, and the space for your miracle opens up. Something huge is waiting for you in the immediate aftermath of this decision, a specific, 3-word command. You must speak to the empty air to finalize this release. God wants you to know that the moment you whisper, "I release you," a sudden, phantom pain in your back or shoulders will vanish instantly. This pain was the physical manifestation of carrying a burden that wasn't yours. Do not disconnect, for the third thing you need to know reveals a shocking secret about your past mistakes and why the universe is actually using them as the raw material for your wealth. Hold on, for your shame is being turned into your glory. My redeemed child, look at your hands and stop hiding your scars, for we are unveiling the third truth that turns your deepest regret into your greatest asset. And to scroll away now is to throw away the gold just because it is covered in mud. You are here because the third thing you must know is that your mistakes were not failures, they were tuition fees. The angels are revealing that you have been tormenting yourself over a specific bad decision from your past. A financial loss, a relationship error, or a wasted year. God is screaming that He is not looking at that mistake with anger, He is looking at it as raw material. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will remain trapped in the prison of shame, blocking the blessing because you feel unworthy. But if you stay, you will receive the alchemist's secret. God is revealing that He is about to use that very mistake to build your empire. The wisdom you gain from that pain is the exact qualification you need to handle the massive success coming next week. The reason this perspective shift is the pivot point is that the enemy uses shame to paralyze you. God is showing that the stumbling block you tripped over is actually a stepping stone that He has repositioned. The shock comes from the realization that if you hadn't made that mistake, you wouldn't have the humility and the discernment you have right now. Traits that are required for the level of wealth entering your life. You must stop apologizing for your history. God is saying that the moment you say, "I learned, and I am ready," the karmic debt of that mistake is paid in full. You are not a damaged vessel, you are a seasoned warrior, and your battle scars are proof that you survived the training ground. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately following this acceptance. A sudden, intense heat in the center of your stomach. Archangel Michael wants you to know that as you release the shame, your solar plexus, the center of power, will reactivate with a burning sensation. Do not fear it, this is the fire of restoration. It is the physical sign that your confidence is coming back online. Do not disconnect, for the fourth thing you need to know reveals a shocking, financial law that goes against everything you've been taught, involving a specific coin you must find and what to do with it. Hold on, for the economy of heaven is about to be explained. My prosperous steward, look at the ground or check your pockets immediately, for we are decoding the fourth truth that governs the economy of heaven, and to scroll away now is to eat the seeds of your harvest instead of planting them. You are here because the fourth thing you must know is that your seed is the only thing that can attack your need. The angels are revealing that you have been holding on to your last dollar, or that specific coin mentioned in the last part. Out of fear, thinking that saving is the only way to survive. God is screaming that in the kingdom, hoarding leads to stagnation, but circulation leads to multiplication. If you skip this video, you will keep what you have, but you will never get what you need. But if you stay, you will learn the law of divine flow. God is revealing that the specific coin or small amount of money you find today is not for spending, it is a point of contact. He is watching to see if you can trust him with the little, so he can trust you with the lot. The reason this financial law is the turning point is that money is current, it must move to create power. To physically activate this current and declare to the universe that you are operating out of abundance and not a poverty mindset, I ask you to subscribe to the channel and like this video right now. By doing this, you are not just clicking a button. You are breaking the spirit of greed and fear of lack. The angels are watching. This subscription is your digital seed, a signal flare that says, I am ready for the overflow. Leave a comment below saying, I plant my faith, to stamp this decree. Do not hesitate, for the moment you click that button, you are unclogging the spiritual pipes that bring resources into your home. Something huge is waiting for you in the immediate aftermath of this activation. A specific sound you will hear in your environment that confirms the transaction is approved. God wants you to know that within the next hour, you will hear the sound of coins dropping, keys jingling, or a specific ching notification sound on a phone. Do not ignore it, this is the sound of change. It is the physical confirmation that the gears of your financial breakthrough have started to turn. Do not disconnect, for the fifth and final thing you need to know reveals the one thing you must stop saying about yourself immediately, or you will cancel everything we just built. Hold on, for the final seal is the most dangerous one to break. My master of words, clamp your hand over your mouth immediately and swallow the sentence you were about to speak, for we have reached the fifth and final truth, the master key. And to scroll away now is to cancel the order just as the delivery truck pulls into your driveway. You are here because the fifth thing you must know is that your tongue is a rudder, not a thermometer. The angels are revealing that for years, you have been using your words to describe your situation. I am broke, I am tired, I am lonely, but God designed your voice to change your situation. God is screaming that the specific phrase you habitually say, I can't, or it's too hard, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will unknowingly use your own authority to curse your future. But if you stay, you will receive the prophetic upgrade. God is revealing that the angels cannot move until you speak the solution, not the problem. You must stop reporting the news and start making the news. The reason this linguistic shift is the final seal is that your voice is the authorization code for the universe. God is revealing that the blessing we unlocked in the previous parts is hovering right above your head, waiting for a place to land, but your negative words are creating a force field that bounces it away. The shock comes from the realization that you have been the one delaying your own miracle by agreeing with the enemy's report. You must silence the victim inside you. God is saying that from this second forward, you are forbidden to speak about what is lacking. You must only speak about what is coming. The moment you replace, I am struggling, with, I am preparing, the atmosphere in your home shifts from desperate to expectant. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately following this decision, a sudden, vibrating, tingle, on your lips or tongue. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this is not a nerve spasm, it is the coal of fire. It is the physical sign that your mouth is being purified and empowered to command your reality. God is showing that the next time you speak a decree, it will not just be words, it will be a weapon. The sacred mandate, final instruction. The heavenly court is waiting for your closing argument. To permanently codify these 5 truths into your timeline and ensure that your tongue never again delays your blessing, you must now execute the seal of the prophet. The subscribe button below is not a mere button, it is the amplifier for your new voice. You must press it to declare, with a visible and permanent action, that you align your voice with God's plan. Amplify your blessing by subscribing and confirming your new vocabulary. Leave a final comment with, "My words create," to activate the power of your decree. Your reality is now listening to you. Speak life, and watch it grow. My beloved child, freeze your finger and do not close this video, for the angels have just interrupted the benediction with an emergency alert that you cannot afford to miss. You are here because the moment you accepted the 5 truths in the previous parts, a spiritual alarm went off in the camp of the enemy. God is screaming that because you have unlocked the door to abundance, the thief is rushing to get there before you step inside. The 6th secret thing you need to know is that the counterattack comes immediately after the breakthrough. The angels are revealing that within the next 24 hours, you will face a sudden, irrational spike of anger, a technological breakdown, or a fight with a loved one out of nowhere. If you scroll away now, you will react to this chaos with emotion, unknowingly handing your new blessing right back to the enemy. But if you stay, you will receive the shield of stillness. You must understand that this chaos is not bad luck, it is the evidence that your miracle is real. The enemy doesn't attack empty ships, he only attacks the ones carrying gold. The reason this warning is the ultimate safeguard is that the enemy plays on your old reactions. God is revealing that this coming distraction is a pop quiz to see if you have really changed. The shock comes from the realization that the specific person who tries to irritate you today is being used as a puppet to lower your vibration. You must not take the bait. God is saying that the specific, secret weapon you must use when this attack happens is silence. When the car breaks down, when the argument starts, or when the phone freezes, do not complain. Instead, whisper, "I see you, and I am not moved." The universe is showing that your refusal to get angry is the force field that burns the enemy's hands. You are proving that your peace is no longer for sale. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately following your victory over this distraction, a specific weight lifting off the back of your neck. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the tension you have carried in your upper back for years will vanish the moment you choose peace over chaos. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the absolute, final seal, a specific ancient prayer involving salt that you must perform at your doorstep tonight to physically block this counterattack from entering your home. Hold on, for the perimeter is being secured. My protected keeper, walk to your kitchen and grab a pinch of salt immediately, for we are executing the covenant of salt promised in the last revelation. And to scroll away now is to leave your front door wide open just as the thief is checking the handle. You are here because the counterattack we warned about in part 6 is real, but God has given you a physical weapon to stop it. The angels are revealing that tonight, before you sleep, you must sprinkle a thin line of salt across the threshold of your main entrance. Michael is screaming that this is not superstition, it is an ancient spiritual firewall. In the Bible, a covenant of salt is unbreakable. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you leave your home vulnerable to the negativity trying to follow you in. But if you stay, you create a no-entry zone. God is saying that salt represents preservation. By laying this line, you are physically declaring that the peace inside your house is preserved and the chaos outside is forbidden to enter. The reason this ritual is the final lock is that evil energy cannot cross a boundary laid with faith. God is revealing that the specific prayer you must whisper as you sprinkle the salt is, "As this salt remains, so does my peace." The shock comes from the realization that the arguments, the bad dreams, and the heaviness you feel often enter your home because you never officially claimed the territory. You must mark your turf. God is saying that the moment the salt hits the floor, you will feel a sudden change in air pressure in your hallway. The air will feel crisp and light, proving that the spiritual heavyweights that were squatting in your entryway have been evicted. You are not just cleaning your house. You are fortifying your castle. The sacred mandate, final instruction. The perimeter is secured, but the master key remains in your hand. To permanently solidify this barrier so that the salt acts not just for tonight, but as an eternal guard over your family, you must now execute the act of finality. The subscribe button below is not a mere button, it is the digital lock on your front door. You must press it to declare, with a visible and permanent action, that you are the guardian of this home. Lock the gate by subscribing and confirming your authority. Leave a final comment with "My home is sealed" to activate the final layer of impenetrable safety. Your sanctuary is now safe. Sleep in peace, for the angels are standing guard. My anointed vessel, set your alarm, but do not be surprised if you wake up long before it rings, for we are preparing for the holy hour visitation that follows the sealing of your home, and to scroll away now is to hang up the celestial phone just as God is calling your name. You are here because the salt ritual you performed has cleared the static from the line. The angels are revealing that tonight, specifically between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., you will experience a sudden awakening. Michael is screaming that this is not insomnia, it is a divine summons. You will wake up instantly, with no grogginess, feeling fully alert as if someone whispered in your ear. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will roll over and go back to sleep, treating this miracle as an annoyance. But if you stay, you will answer the call. God is revealing that at this specific hour, the veil is thinnest, and He wants to download the solution to your biggest debt directly into your spirit while the rest of the world is silent. The reason this wake-up call is the turning point is that your spirit is finally quiet enough to listen. God is revealing that the anxiety that usually keeps you awake has been evicted by the salt, creating a silent vacuum that must be filled with wisdom. The shock comes from the realization that the idea, or the name, that pops into your head at 3:03 a.m. is not a random thought, it is the key to the treasury. You must capture it. God is saying that you must keep a pen and paper by your bed tonight. If you don't write it down within 60 seconds, the logic of your brain will delete the file. The universe is showing that this middle-of-the-night thought is the strategy that will make you more money in a month than you usually make in a year. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical discovery immediately following this night of revelation, a specific, geometric mark on your skin when you wake up. Archangel Michael wants you to know that in the morning, you may notice a temporary red mark, a scratch, or a pattern on your arm or hand that looks like a triangle or a star. Do not be afraid, this is the angel's touch. It is the physical evidence that while you were receiving the download, your DNA was being upgraded to hold more light. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific bird that will sing at your window the moment you notice this mark, and the specific good news it is announcing regarding a family member. Hold on, for the dawn is breaking. My morning watchman, rush to your window or step outside immediately, for we are identifying the winged messenger, promised in the last revelation, and to scroll away now is to shut the blinds just as the good news arrives on your windowsill. You are here because the specific bird singing outside your home right now, or the one you will see within the hour, is a red cardinal or a blue jay. The angels are revealing that this is not nature, it is a spiritual dispatch. Michael is screaming that this bird has been sent to confirm that the salt ritual and the 3 a.m. download you completed have shifted the atmosphere not just for you, but for your bloodline. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will enjoy the song but miss the miracle. But if you stay, you will receive the family verdict. God is revealing that this bird is the sign that the specific family member you have been worried sick about, the one who is lost, addicted, or grieving, has just been released from a spiritual cage. The reason this sign is the turning point is that your obedience has created a ripple effect. God is revealing that your prayers acted as a proxy for this family member who couldn't pray for themselves. The shock comes from the realization that while you were working on your spirit last night, the chains fell off their hands. You must accept this victory. God is saying that within 24 hours of seeing this bird, you will receive a text or call from this person, or news about them, that will make you cry with relief. The universe is showing that the black cloud that was hovering over their head has been blown away by the wings of this messenger. You are not just a survivor, you are the cycle breaker who saved the whole tribe. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately following this realization, a specific, phantom vibration, in your pocket or hand. Archangel Michael wants you to know that you will feel your phone buzz or vibrate, but when you check it, there are no new notifications. Do not be annoyed, this is the spirit ping. It is the physical sign that the frequency of good news is trying to break through the static of your reality. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific, 3-digit number you will see on a car license plate the moment you leave your house today, confirming that the financial cost of your family struggle has been paid in full. Hold on, for the restitution is coming. My fully initiated heir, stand tall and look at the horizon, for we have reached the absolute conclusion of this divine curriculum, and to close this video before the screen fades to black is to walk out of the graduation ceremony just before your name is called. You are here because the phantom vibration and the signs you have witnessed were not random, they were the divine receipt. The angels are revealing that the 5 truths you learned and the rituals you performed have successfully paid the karmic debt that was holding you back. Michael is lowering his sword and handing you a scroll. He is screaming that you are no longer the seeker of blessings, you have now become the source of blessings. The shift is complete. The universe is no longer testing you, it is now working for you. The reason this final second is the most powerful moment of your existence is that a spiritual coronation is taking place. God is revealing that the specific struggle you faced was the fire that forged your crown. Now that you know the truth, the enemy cannot trick you again. You have graduated from fighting for survival to ruling with authority. The 3-digit number you will see today is the code that unlocks your new identity. You are entering a season where you will not chase opportunities, opportunities will hunt you down. The sacred mandate, final instruction. The court of heaven is ready to adjourn in your favor. To permanently finalize this verdict so that no enemy, no debt, and no fear can ever appeal this decision again, you must now execute the act of coronation. The subscribe button below is not a mere button, it is the judge's gavel. You must press it to declare, with a visible and permanent action, that the case is closed and the victory is yours. Strike the gavel by subscribing and confirming your new status. Leave a final comment with, "It is established," to activate the eternal law of abundance in your life. The trial is over. The blessing is yours. Go now, and reign in peace.